Looking at the past two races, can Ferrari really challenge Mercedes this year?
And if Ferrari doesn't rise up to the challenge, will Antonelli fight for the championship? Or is this going to be a repeat of 2023 and Russell's going to take the championship?
These are some really interesting questions. And here's a really interesting fun fact 8 out of 11 teams scored points in Australia.
That's so impressive. I never thought about that. And this is Push to Talk, F1 banter with data, context, and just a sprinkle of opinion.
Speaking about Australia, I'm really impressed by Arvid's debut. He scored points in his first F1 race. He qualified P9. At one point, he was P3 in the race. That was really impressive for a rookie.
I agree, and this has been one of the most impressive rookie debuts in at least my memory. But do you know who else was really impressive? Audi. They feel like a well-oiled machine, starting with their first race, getting into Q3 and scoring 2 points, but still points, with Gabriel Portoletto. And I feel overall as a package, great, well done, and right in the midfield.
I totally agree with you. Really great team and great drivers as well. But there's one thing that's been bothering me this past 2 weekends is the decimal point on the timesheet of the race. It just bogs me so much that we can't see the timing till the thousandth of the second. I really miss that.
I know how F1 fans are and they struggle with any kind of change, but this is something that's also been on my mind and I do really enjoy, even though they show it in qualifying and they don't show it in the race, but I do enjoy looking at the 3 decimal points. I hope they bring it back, but if not, that's the least of our worries.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Okay, well, maybe we should think about how we feel about the best drives during the Australian Grand Prix. Do you have a driver of the weekend based on the overall performance over the whole weekend?
Yeah, for sure. Like I was saying, Arvid will be my driver of the weekend. For a rookie to finish at that point, qualifying performance, his overall race pace was really impressive.
He definitely was my second choice, but I'm going with George Russell. I think there was such high expectations around him and he came through. He came through during the practice sessions, during qualifying, putting 8 tenths on the next team. Impressive, and also winning the race comfortably, and he did not celebrate as much like he expected to win, and I feel that just shows dominance, and he was my driver of the weekend for sure. But we really need to talk about the Mercedes engines with other teams like McLaren and Williams and how they're having issues, right?
True. Like I said in the first video of us, Mercedes have been sandbagging and their engine is really good. McLaren and Williams seem to have figured it out, but not fully maybe.
I did hear Andrea Stella and James Wall talking about how there's not all information shared from Mercedes engine manufacturer and the team there, and they're trying to get a better understanding of the whole package. But you know what? I do feel McLaren and Alpine, at the very least, have had a better chance over the weekend, and they came into China with some more understanding of the package. Don't you think so?
True. Alpine definitely did, but I don't think McLaren really got it in China because they were not able to start the race. And there is another fun fact to add to that point. Oscar's race lap this year is 0. He hasn't raced this year so far, and the last time a McLaren driver had 2 consecutive did not starts was Bruce McLaren.
Wow, that just seems like a lifetime ago. And you sure came in locked in with your fun facts. I did not think about that at all. It has been a really poor start for McLaren, I would say, to the season, coming from being the championship rivals and the winners for the past 2 years. But it was a good race. Just coming into the weekend, I felt like Charles' comments about this not being one of his best tracks. It just doesn't resonate with me. If this is the year that Ferrari will challenge for a championship, I feel like Charles should be on it every weekend, so...
Yeah, even though what he said about the track may or may not be true, he still performed really well. He finished P4.
Lewis did beat him in the end, but I agree, it wasn't a bad performance. They finished 3rd, 4th, and that's the best they could do. But I really want to talk about Antonelli's performance, of course. I feel he was calm, competitive, and he really nailed it.
Yeah, Antonelli was on top of his game throughout the weekend. Although he had a really couple of issues in the moments, like he crashed in the sprint, had a penalty, he was making up places, but overall he was dominant in the weekend, I would say. He got the pole, he was leading almost all the laps, but yeah, he still managed to perform really well.
I think so. I just feel there's a lot of overtaking that he needs to do, just the way he falls back every time at the starts and then he has to make up those places. And that actually leads to some good overtakes. But there's this whole argument going on about artificial racing and how these overtakes are not actually based on pace and just based on energy and battery deployment. I have some thoughts about it, but what do you think?
It kind of feels like that because it's not up to the pure driver skill anymore. I mean, there is driver skills factor, obviously, but deploying batteries, charging them, recharging them, it all feels like a video game at a point.
True. I feel this is just another new challenge that the drivers have to come up with. Even last year, they had to know if their DRS was enough to do a big push into one of the corners or if how to manage the tires. One interesting thing is we haven't talked about tire management ever in these two races, while that was the only topic of conversation, I would believe, last year.
Exactly, I think that's where the artificial racing debate has taken over from tire management, because right now it's all about battery management.
And that's how it's gonna go, I guess, but we will have to see. For now, I'm giving these regulations a chance, and I am over the negativity that's been in the media and everywhere talking about how bad the regulations are, but I'm willing to give it a chance. But you know who is not willing to give them a chance? Max Verstappen, who has had the worst starts of all the top runners in the first 3 competitive sessions. He just fell back every single time.
It almost feels like there's something wrong with Max's car. Like all the other Red Bull cars seem to be doing fine, except for Max, who I would expect the least out of all 4 of them to be performing bad.
Yeah, it just seems like something's going wrong with him, and I just hope he does not retire. The championship, the F1 world needs Max. And I just hope he gives it a little more chance, and eventually Red Bull will come up with a solution. Some insider info though that I heard about is on the way home from China, there was a meeting on Max's private jet with the team principal and all the personnel, trying to see how they can come up with upgrades fast and change the situation. So hopefully that was a fruitful one. We'll see.
Wow, that seems like a lot of insider information. I want to see really how you get your sources.
That's gonna be under wraps for the rest of the season. But let's look at the championship standings and some really notable things to look at. Ollie Behrman and Pierre Gasly ahead of Max Verstappen. There was no world in my understanding that this could have happened, but here we are.
Really, yeah, I never thought I'll see a championship standing like this where Max is below Behrman and Gasly and Haas is been ahead of Red Bull.
Correct, and that's really good, and I feel this is the early advantage that the Ferrari engines and the Ferrari starts are giving the teams. But once Alpine and Williams hopefully understand their packages better, they will come hunting Haas for that top spot in the rest of the best.
Speaking of Ferrari engines, it's not just their engine. Ferrari has the best aero package so far. That's what I believe, and that's what I think everyone believes. Although Mercedes is fast in the straights, Ferrari is dominating in the corners. Do you think they'll have a chance to catch up to Mercedes' engine performance?
That's the only way Ferrari has to go. I feel Mercedes will also bring upgrades for aero package to close that gap to Ferrari, but the big question is, will Ferrari have an engine upgrade fast enough so that they could challenge, or else we'll never see a championship battle among the two. And I'm really hoping for one, just like in 2017, 2018. I want a Ferrari v Mercedes battle to the end.
Definitely. I just hope there won't be too many internal battles for Ferrari. As we saw so far, both the drivers are equally competitive, equally hungry for points and wins. They are going toe to toe on every race.
And they have to, in my opinion. This is just them trying to prove their dominance over each other, because at some point Ferrari will have hopefully a package equal to Mercedes, and at that point, if it's too late and Ferrari needs to back up one driver, they need to show who's the top guy at that place.
Definitely, and I just hope they have a different set of rules that do not resemble papaya rules.
Hopefully, we'll see. So, driver of the weekend for the China, including the sprint, quali, and the race. I have a clear winner here, so I'm gonna go before you choose mine, and it's Ollie Behrman. I'm not the biggest fan of Oliver Behrman, but we have to commend the performance he did this weekend. For him to be P5 in the race after the contact in the first lap and finishing not even best of the rest, there were no McLarens, but he did beat the Red Bulls. And it was just an impressive performance. And even in the sprint, he somehow managed to keep Max behind right at the finish line to score that 1 point for us. And this is all that counts. The early points for Williams last year was the ones that secured them the championship. Who's your driver of the weekend, though?
Yeah, I do agree with your point about Ollie Behrman. He was really impressive. I would have picked him too, but I was equally impressed with Gasly as well. He did really good in all the 3 sections, all practice, sprint, qualifying, and even in the race. He was able to keep up fights with both the Asses, Max. Okay, lost places, he gained places. I was really impressed by his performance, honestly.
And let's not forget about Colapinto too, because he at one point was running way higher in the race, and he also managed to score points the first time since 2024. So kudos to him. Maybe he won't get slapped by Briatore this weekend, and he'll celebrate for once.
Oh yeah, I seriously hope so many good things for him from Briatore.
The one thing that we need to be asking is how quickly can Japan come? Because I swear I cannot wait another weekend for us to go back racing and see if Ferrari can finally bring something that can topple Mercedes, but I think it's too soon.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Seeing this race in China and the toe-to-toe battles with everyone, I just can't wait for the next one.
I have some questions for the viewers. Who do you think will be on top? Is it going to be Ferrari with a great strategy, or is it still going to be Mercedes dominating?
And who do you think will surprise you the most the following weekend?
I, for one, know that it's a great track for Max. So hopefully we see something coming up from Max. But that's all we have for today. And we'll see you very soon next week for a Japan preview. And bye for now.